Hey guys, so I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I've just been so busy. Last Friday I went to MEPS and I had to be there. No, I got up at 4. My recruiter picked me up at 5:10, and he drove me to the MEPS station, which we got there at like 5:45, and then he kind of like briefed me a little bit on what to expect. Like on our way there and in the parking lot, he briefed me, and what he told me, I was so scared. He was just like, "Oh, they're gonna put you in a room and they're gonna talk to you, and there's gonna be posters on the wall with like little Johnny behind bars saying if you left something out or you lied that you're gonna be in prison for 2 years, and then you're gonna have this fine, and then you're gonna get like a dishonorable discharge." And like I was just like, "Oh my gosh, is there anything that I forgot?" And he was just like telling me, he's like, "Don't worry about that." He's like, "Do you think you forgot anything?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Do you want to go back in time?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "That you've had like a drawn out process. Some people, their process is so quick. Mine was so long. Let me tell you, on my folder, it told me exactly when I went to my recruiter, which was May 24th. Today is, July 15th. That is a long time to be finally sworn in. Yes, I swore in and everything. I'll get there, so, and all that stuff. So, back to last Friday. So, yeah, once I was in the parking lot, they made everyone park in the back, and they had all of us stand in formation. And I didn't know that's what it was until like my recruiter was like, "You were standing in formation," and they briefed us. And luckily, there was only 4 girls, and so I did a couple things, mixed in with other guys and stuff like that. But for the most part, I was with the other girls. And I guess when I say 4 girls, I'm including myself. I did the hearing test. I did really good on the hearing test, except, when I see the music videos, when I see the videos on YouTube, people are talking about the hearing test, about how you could hear like the clicking. You can, but it's not as bad as like I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to only be able to hear that, and then I wouldn't hear the beeps in my ear. But that's not the case. Maybe I should start at the beginning. That's probably a good idea. Let's see. Well, first, after they briefed us, outside information, they made sure they told you that everybody in that building, you have to address them as sir or ma'am. As long as you did that. I saw some kid get yelled at before he even walked in the building because he was wearing a hat and his pants were baggy, and they're like, "You young man, did your recruiter not square you away?" and this and that, and they were just like yelling at him, and he was just like, "No, they didn't tell me nothing." And they were like yelling at him, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." But that was his recruiter's fault, so sorry. Anyways, oh my gosh, now I lost my train of thought. See what happens when you get distracted? Oh, so when we were walking in, luckily I was there on Friday, so there wasn't that many people there anyway. But when we walked in, we had to like empty our pockets. You had to make sure your phone was off or on silent. I turned mine off just to be on the safe side. And then you have to empty them and put it in this little tray, and then you walk through the security. This is for Florida MEPS, by the way. Tampa MEPS. I don't know about all the other MEPS. I know about the one in Arizona because I've been to that one, and it's completely different to the one that in Tampa. So I can only tell you what I went through at this station. They told us anything to the left of the building is you can't be on your phone at all whatsoever. And then they said anything if you're on your right and on the right side of the building, which is where your liaison office is, then you could be on your phone. You can't like talk on the phone and stuff, but you can text. And then they had you go to your liaison office and I was the only National Guard person there. So mine went really quick as far as seeing my liaison. All he did was give me a sticker, and you have to put it on your right up here, your right chest area. Another thing that they also told us is when you leave MEPS, make sure that you give your sticker back to them, because it's not a good idea to take it home, because then I don't know, it's like a keep track thing, I guess. Anyways, so after I did that, he had me go to the left side of the building, which is where like people go for there's a big control desk, and so you have to go up to them, tell them your name, and then they give you a folder. I had to stand in line because there was people in front of me already, and I had already been there, so I didn't need to take my picture again, and I didn't need to take my fingerprint. They do a lot of fingerprinting. Oh my gosh. But it's not like the ink kind, it's the computer scanner one. But anyways, so I got my folder, and then I had to sit. And then after they called me, they told me to go back to the medical station in the back. And when I went back there, the first thing I did was my eyes. And I was a little worried because in the car I realized I didn't bring my own contact case. That's okay. They have disposable ones for you. And apparently my contacts, even though I just got my prescription, she said they're not accurate. So she said it was okay, and so she had me take them out, and then she kind of like gave me a prescription there, except like she didn't give me the prescription. She kind of just did it on her own. And then after that, I was told to go to the hearing part, and then after the hearing, which I already told you that, they told me to go to get blood. So I gave my blood, which was really simple. I don't have a problem with needles. I have really good veins, and the guy was really nice to me. They were all so nice, but only because I was like in the front of the line and there wasn't that many people there. So I could imagine why they would get grouchy at the end of the day, but there wasn't too many people. It was really quiet. And I'm sorry. Before I went and gave blood, they had us go out into the briefing room, and they briefed a bunch of us about the whole no lying, and they had us fill out a form saying like, have you ever had this? Have you ever had that? What you already filled out in your application. So don't change anything. Don't add anything that you didn't put in your application or you didn't tell your recruiter. I mean, unless it's like life threatening, but I mean, this one girl, I think she got freaked out and she started writing a whole bunch of stuff. And then so when we went back into the doctor, okay, let me set that aside for a second. I did that, and then after that, I gave blood, and then after blood, they wanted to get a urine sample from me, and I had to go because I drank water before I left. And the thing is, right when she's like, "Are you ready?" I was like, "Yeah, I have to go." And so she gave me the cup, and I put the sticker with my name on it, and then she held the stall door open, and she's like staring at me just like this. And so I'm like, I can't go anymore. And so you only get 3 times or 3 tries. So that day. And then if you don't do it within the 3 tries, then you have to come back within 72 hours. If you don't come back within 72 hours, you have to wait 6 months in order to come back and do your urine sample and then process. So just saying, you probably should drink a lot of water. I only had a bottle of water when I first went, so I didn't like have to go, but I had to go, but I was just too nervous because she was staring at me like really closely. And when I came out, this one girl, she was just like, oh my gosh, she's like, whatever you do, don't set your cup down, because unless the girl's watching. If she's watching you, then you could set it down. But if not, she was like, don't do it. She's like, I set my cup down, and then she was like, oh, it's no good. You have to retest. And I was like, dang, that sucks. So this girl she had to take, like, she went twice. She had, on her third try, she ended up going, which was kind of close on her call. But for me, I drank like 5 or 6 cups of water while I was waiting to be interviewed by the doctor. And sorry, I know my phone keeps going off. When I was waiting to be interviewed by the doctor, I was drinking water. When I was in the office with the doctor, I was drinking water. She was just like, "Do you want more water? You should drink more water. Here's more water. I have a sink over here. Drink more water and drink warm water." The what is that called when you, like, the water fountain? There you go. The water fountain was warm, which I could understand why, because warm water goes through your body quicker. And then yeah, so they have you do an interview with the doctor, and I'm at 11 minutes already, so I'm going to cut it off here, and then I'll make another video about the doctor's office, your interview with your doctor. I keep saying that. Your checkup with the doctor for the girls. I don't know about the guy's side. I don't know how that was going. And then your actual physical with the girls, and then what happens after that. So, yeah.